Morning everyone. I don't do this very often, but I thought this was worth sharing with you, so I'm going to take you into work with me. We're going to be showing you little tricks on how to get these Ford spark plugs out. They're the ones that like to break off in 3 pieces in the head. One of Ford's better ideas, and I don't know why they still are using them. I'll give you a little peek at the affected models on a piece of paper here. I'm not going to even bother. There's so many that are listed that have these stupid plugs in. Anyway, let's go into work. Okay, I'm going to inject this in here before I show you me removing these spark plugs. If you don't own this tool, you better run out and buy it, because you're not going to get these plugs out without breaking them off. This is for the Ford 3 valve. They might as well call it a 3-piece spark plug. There's what a normal plug looks like. That's one of the only ones I got out of this Ford. The rest of the 7 broke. Don't even waste your time trying to break this end piece free, because it's not going to work. It didn't work for me. I soaked it overnight. What happens is carbon buildup and rust sees this piece into the head, and then you end up unscrewing this from the block, and it sits down in there and sits in the spark plug hole like this, and that piece will come out, and this will just stick into the end piece. So you have to snap this off and pull it straight out. What I used for that was a pair of these, I don't know if you can see it, Mac Tools needle nose. I got around the head of the plug. It's kind of hard for me to do with one hand. I hurry up my battery. I got around the plug like that, and I just give it a jerk like that, and it broke it off flush with the bell, which is what you want. Okay, because the next step, once you pull that out, blow the hole out with your air line, and then you're going to use this tool like this. I'm going to explain this really quick. You're going to put this piece in. Now this unscrews all the way this way. This thing you cannot push. This is going to push the porcelain piece that's left inside of the bell, which just disappeared to me on the floor. It's going to push it in so the next tool can grab it. Okay, so you want it like that. So you screw this piece into the spark plug hole, then tighten this down. That comes out. That shoves the porcelain inside of the bell, inside of the head farther. Now it's designed so it won't push it too far, so you're not going to lose it down into the cylinder, so don't worry about that. Tighten that down, then pull this back out. Use your air line again, blow any pieces of porcelain out of there before you install the next tool. Now this piece here goes down inside of the head like that in the clean hole. Alright, and this is all left-handed threads. So back this nut all the way off, put your nylon bushing there. This goes down inside of this will be sitting in your head. This goes down inside. Tighten this up. Not too tight, because you have to take it off the end after. The bell will be stuck on the end. This thing screws into the piece that's left inside of the head. Then you tighten this down. It acts just like a puller. It pulls the piece out. You pull that out of the head like that, and your bell will be stuck on the end of this shaft here. And you might have to put it in the vise and then remove it, and then clean that thread up every time you do it. And then pull this piece out, take your air line in again inside of the head, and blow it out again. Okay, you're going to see me work this tool for the first time in the next bit here. Okay guys, here are the affected models. I'm not going to read them out. There's like a whole pile of them. And this is an 18-page document here. I'm just going to scroll through the first few pages. If you guys want to take time to read it, tells you how to take it out, supposedly. I hope this helps somebody. It's an 18-page document if you break it. Okay, that boring stuff out of the way. Alright, let's go. Now, the easy way to identify these spark plugs, besides the weird shape, you're not going to know that, is that your 5/8 plug socket is not going to fit this. This is actually 9/16. 14 mil fits kind of tight on there. I used a 9/16. What happens is that this thing will break in 3 pieces sometimes. This will rip out, and what you don't want to do is rip the threads out of the head because of these carbon deposits on the end. And you can see this one's kind of blackened up. And this is what you're trying to soak The initial soak before you even try to crack them is 15 minutes, and you want to fill the spark plug hole right up to the end of that, the head of that bolt, and let it soak a minimum of 15 minutes before you even try to crack it. And this engine has to be dead room temperature. Don't try it if it's a bit warm, because you'll rip the threads out of the head. Okay, step one, remove your coil packs and fill the chamber full of combustion chamber cleaner and wait a minimum of 15 minutes. And this engine has to be room temperature. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. And fill that spark plug so it's just past the, just touching the porcelain. So if you're looking down, you want to fill the hole right up till that steel head meets the porcelain. Let it sit 15 minutes, and then we're going to crack that an eighth to quarter turn, no more. So you want to crack these spark plugs, the first thing. After letting it sit for a minimum of 15 minutes, you want to crack it quarter to an eighth of a turn, no more than that. Now, after letting it soak for a bit more, I don't mind soak overnight, just because that's at the point I was stopped at. You're going to work these things back and forth until they loosen up and come out. No more than, they say no more than 33 pounds of torque to remove. If you do any more than that, you stand the chance of pulling the threads out of the head or snapping that thing off, and then you have to get into using the puller. Now you're going to hear some squeaking noises. Hopefully I can get this one out in front of you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. And you get it working back and forth. You don't want to spray too much stuff down there because you could get into a hydrolock situation, but it might be almost better to spin the car over, truck in this case, Ford F-150, back and forth, before you install the new plugs, just so you get out of the hydrolock situation, depending on how much stuff you put down there. Now this is one of the easier plugs. I could be doing one of the back ones. You're gonna hear all kinds of stuff creaking, and I'm just working it. I don't want to pull the threads out, so I think it's coming out. Bear with me, guys. Almost got it. It's coming now. Now, if you don't have combustion chamber cleaner, any kind of WD-40 spray should work. Ford recommends their Ford carbon cleaner, or whatever that's called. Now, we'll get a magnet stick down there and get that spark plug out for you. Okay, get yourself a magnetic stick or something like that. Piece of vacuum hose, and get that plug out. Hopefully. It seems to be stuck in there. Okay, plan B. Okay, if you get unlucky like me, this is what's going to happen. This piece is going to come out, and this will come out in 3 pieces now. Okay, so the next step is to pull the insulator out. I've got mine with a big pair of Mac needle nose. And make sure it's flush with the end of that thing. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so this is what you want it to look like before you put the pusher tool in to push the porcelain down in. You want that, as you can see down in there, porcelain even with the shell. The extraction tool, we're going to, step 1, back this all the way out so the pusher pin goes all the way in. So back that screw out to the end, the extraction tool, so that goes down like that. And with a 19 mil socket, it'll fit over like that, something like this. And we're going to install the pusher tool. Okay, what this is going to do, your broken piece of plug, is going to push the porcelain piece out of this tube to the end of this, so you can get the next extraction tool in to get the shield out. Okay, now we're going to tighten the extractor, or pusher down in, push the porcelain in to the seat, and then remove the tool when it bottoms out. just like so. Okay, insert this into the spark plug hole. Just like so. Okay, so it bottoms out. Now we're going to insert this piece next. Make sure you got a line bushing on the end. This is a left-hand thread, so what you want to do now is put that down in there and thread it till it stops. Okay, so that's 11 millimeter or 7/16 socket. Left hand's turn. And you tighten that down. Not too much. Something like that. Okay, 15/16 left hand thread as well. Tighten the extraction tool up. See what we have got. It's kind of hard to do with this one hand. I don't think I'm ever going to buy a Ford. Not one of these anyway. The first thing I would do is look, see what kind of spark plug she's got in it. Avoid this. Okay, pull that out. Let's see what we got on the extraction tool. There you go. Oh, get it in the camera here. And you can see it pushed the porcelain to the end, so it shouldn't have any pieces, but you can see all the carbon on that. Okay. Now, yeah, we'll get back to this in a minute. Okay, with shop air, blow the hole out. Okay, before you reinstall these spark plugs, I'd put some kind of anti-seize on the body. Just like so. Keep it away from the tip of the plug. Go that much. Remember also to blow your spark plug holes out before and after you get the plug out with shop air. And we're going to continue here. Hopefully I can get this done faster. Hope you guys like that. Stay tuned. Please subscribe, rate, and comment it as always. It helps me out a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.